All right, welcome back to the OlimoLeague game. Number 3 currently underway. We got the intense music playing, so we'll get these intros done quickly. Although no cheese currently going down just yet. Spawning at the northern location of the map here in Catalina, it's going to be the green Zerg player, Xion, better known as DemiLovato.
The bottom right as the yellow Zerg. Its MVP is Horror.
So I know mirror matchups aren't everyone's favorite flavor. I think TVT is my personal favorite mirror matchup out of all of them. ZVZ sometimes can take that spot, though, depending on how aggressive and what the players are like. But either way, I am super excited the fact that we almost have this, like, the perfect setup, like a ZVZ into a TVT into a TVZ.
Yes.
It's bracket art is what it is.
Sure. You know, though, you're not alone. The whole TVT is the best thing. Like that Team Liquid poll was pretty in favor of TVT. I'm just gonna say.
I really wish we could figure out what the exact dynamic of it is. I mean, a lot of it has to do with the way siege tanks can help make army engagements go one way or the other if you're behind, blah, blah, blah. But there's so many aspects to it that I wish if Blizzard could just extract that essence of what makes TVT so excellent and apply it to the other two, then mirror matchups wouldn't be so bad. Truth be told, when I look over brackets for matches, guys, I typically try to avoid PvPs and ZVZs because I know a lot of people don't like them. But a TVT is just any other matchup to me.
Yeah. Well, for TVTs, I guess since we just have normal opener, we can talk like philosophy here. But like TVTs, yeah, they just have a very good comeback mechanic in tanks. You know, they used to have a very clear like early, mid, and late game. Right now, like for the past couple of months, the mid game has been kind of muddled, where it's like all about the early game. It can end in 9 minutes, and then the mid game's kind of safe, and then the late game comes around, and you're like, you know, you're doom dropping everyone. So now people are realizing that maybe it's not their favorite matchup because it's less about the mid game and like positioning and more about doom dropping or getting like a really good early lead. But don't tell anyone that because you know I still like TVT. So
yeah,
you guys are gonna watch a lot of them.
I mean, I know we're talking about a lot of other matchups, so we got a ZVC in front of us, and I'm sure someone out there is being that guy who's like, PJ, so why the fuck are they not talking about the match? But it's not going to upset. It's fairly normal openings. I was actually a little bit worried this would go with an earlier pool for one of the two, just because it is Catalina. But yeah, both pretty much playing same build so far, so good. Queen's timing out pretty nicely as well. I guess the question is, will they cut for drones? Will they go for the Zerglings once again? I mean, it's really hard to say that someone who's gone banlings in the first 2 games will necessarily still do it in game 3. This might be the one where Horror finally says, you know what? I'll get Mutas out and win.
It's possible. It's possible. But he seems to always be looking for an excuse to make as many lings as possible and break DemiLovato. I mean, originally when he did it that first game, I was like, what was he expecting? Like DemiLovato to be like a silly foreigner, like totally mess up his banling control. In the second game, it was a lot more, I think, of like a build order that really went well for him.
2 of the more underrated players, DemiLove and Blisk, I think are 2 players who have made GM on Korea. Not that it's impossible for a foreigner to do that, but I think that alone still is a fairly impressive feat. So maybe if he was playing on a GM account or something, this would be less of underestimations, I guess you could call them.
I don't know. Horror's at like a bronze account right now.
That's impressive, though. We've talked about this. It's incredibly hard to get in Bronze League. Everyone makes jokes like, oh, all the bad players are in Bronze League. But real talk, guys, it's really hard to get in Bronze League. I have tried so many times.
All the bad people are actually in gold. But, like...
I kind of feel that's the thing, because, you know, what is about Gold League are the people who have figured out the game enough to play, but they haven't worked on their mechanics or maybe their micros. Like, there's always just that one extra element.
I just like, I'm not saying that to be like BM, like haha gold, but just that they intentionally made it so people don't feel bad about being in bronze and silver anymore. Like gold is the biggest like division or whatever league. There you go, league that's available. So it's like at least I'm not bronze is silver's motto, right? So like I forget what gold's is.
Gold's is at least for gold. Okay, now we're getting mean. We're gonna start alienating a good chunk of our audience, I'm sure. We love you guys, trust us. We're not making fun of you, we're making fun of the system. Fuck the man. Yeah. But a couple of lings do slip in. He takes out a drone, baits a bailing shot, not too bad. However, looks like this is gonna be that game where Horror goes faster Spire. Fucking nailed it.
But he did that last game and still ended up going for a lot of lings. You know, he didn't build any mutas by having the Spire finished, in fact. I'm just waiting to see if that's what's gonna happen again.
I think a lot of this too is the tentativeness of not knowing whether who would go for like a crazy attack. Where's the spine going? Oh, over here to the third. Actually, that's kind of a unique way to do this. I don't think a spine saves a third though. I think the lings just still surround the spine and kill it either way.
Yeah, well, if they attack it with banelings, they'll certainly help. You can focus fire it. But it is nice to have. Maybe if you could put it into more of like a Nook, it would be like even better.
Well, baneling's finishing up here. Gonna make this fight a little bit awkward.
Really awkward. Like all
Actually-
types of. It sucks that they're yellow and green. That's what's the problem.
I don't mind that so much, but there's not enough banelings for DemiLovato right now. He's spine card take it away from the natural means there's no defense over here. This queen's gonna go down. Bailey's just gonna walk right by into the drones. They're gonna get trying to pulled away.
Uh-oh. Awkward. Queen doesn't even buy any, like, bailing shots. DemiLovato just die here.
Oh, God.
Yep, that's what it looks like, GG.
Yeah, GG.
Again, no mutas.
No mutas. All right. So I almost nailed it. I got the concept down.